What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is Martha's Vineyard Season 1, Episode 6, I think we're on. Sorry, I just put grease on my hair. And I'm going to keep telling y'all at the beginning of each one of these reviews, if you have not, you need to get on this show. This is a really, really, really good show. Anyway, so we pick up where we left off, child. We have, what's my girl? We have Jasmine opening up to her friends, saying that she really feels like she sort of lost herself in, in her marriage. And listen, Jasmine been getting on my nerves, and, it's some stuff about her that but overall, that's something that we know that a lot of times women deal with in their marriage. When you get married and the rest of your family, the rest of your core friend group is still single, you can't do what they do. That doesn't mean you can't go out and hang and go to brunch and go to parties and stuff. But it's certain things you just can't do anymore out of respect for your relationship, out of respect for your husband. And there's certain things that you're going to do with your husband, not necessarily your girlfriends, right? And so I do think that can possibly sometimes be a hard balance to figure out. Jordan felt like, wow, I didn't know you felt that way. Bria was kind of like, girl, you did it to yourself, which I think is probably a good reflection of how these things really go in our real life. Some of your friends are gonna be like, girl, I feel you. Others of your friends are gonna be like, why you can't? Like, you did it. You can keep doing what you've been doing. So, you kind of got a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So then we have, oh, and shout out to my subscribers who reached out to me and sent me information on Bria's boyfriend, on Simon. Simon is a watch retailer. And if you go to his Instagram, which his Instagram is fabulous, I ain't even gonna front. Like, him and Bria have been everywhere. But he sells these high-end designer watches. So, child, he probably, all them watches he probably had sitting in his closet, child, he probably had got them for free at some sort of function or another. But it doesn't take away from the fact that he wanted to give them all something nice, because the reality is, right? So, we get back home because, child, Jason decided to give a diatribe, which I don't know what Jason was talking about, and hell, neither does he. So we get back to the house, and everybody goes to bed. Of course, Jasmine and Simon, Jasmine and Simon. Of course, Jasmine and her husband get into what they get into, child. They, having sex. And then, but baby Simon didn't want to have sex with Bria. He talking about his stomach was too full. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I think I would have felt some kind of way about that. My man, I ain't seen him. We know they in a long distance relationship. He shows up and he was like, nope. You could have at least gave me like a drunk 3-pump situation. But anyway, and that ain't me. That's Bria. That ain't me. So the next morning we wake up and we see, everybody kind of getting themselves together for the day. Jasmine and Jordan had a check-in moment, where they dug a little deeper into what Jasmine was saying the night before. And I feel like that was a good conversation, where they were, kind of like breaking that in, and breaking it down a little bit deeper. And she was like, listen, I check in on you guys. I just want you to check in on me from time to time. It's a little hard out here for a pimp, And then Shanice comes back. Now listen, Shanice is party girl. Shanice is party girl central. Shanice is the person you can't hang with after you get married. Hell, you might not want to hang with Shanice while you're still single. But anyway, she comes back, and her version of the story with the ex-boyfriend is that he cyber stalked her, that he put all these lies out on the internet, and she had to live with them. Now listen, I almost was feeling a little sorry for her, because I was like, well, we did only have one side of the story. Maybe the boyfriend did put some stuff out there because he has a bigger platform. It made her look some kind of way, and I was kind of believing that a little bit. But after the way she acted in the rest of this episode, I was like, maybe not so much. So anyway, okay. So anyway, so the next day, what was it? The ladies I'm sorry to figure out what it was. Child, I gotta keep up. Um. Anyway, so the ladies are gonna have a spa day. So we find out that Bria and Shanice have done OnlyFans. They said no porn, no nudity, just lingerie pictures, bikini pictures. Listen, I ain't even mad at you. Get in where you fit in. You know, if you got the body that people gonna pay to see, girl, do you? Okay, it's no different. To me, that's no different than doing a Playboy or something. So listen, I ain't mad at you. So Summer goes down in the basement on her way to probably go check in on Alex. And she sees that Milo has pooped in the house. Okay, Milo has pooped under the pool table in the house. So Silas is in an uproar, right? He wants to have a house meeting about Milo pooping under the pool table. So here's the reality of the situation. Dogs poop inside sometimes. Even the best of dogs have accidents. It's just a fact, right? Even the best dogs sometimes have accidents. And what happened was the night before y'all came home drunk, you probably didn't take Milo out on a proper walk. And Milo was like, listen, I can't hold it no more. The fact that he did it under the pool table tells you that he was trying to sort of like still try to hide it, so to speak. So Preston was like, I ain't having another house meeting about nothing. I'm not having another house meeting about nothing. He said, have you talked to Bria? Like, it's Bria's dog. Tell Bria to go clean up her dog's mess. Like, it's just that simple. And so Silas was like, I haven't talked to her. And he was like, so you literally walked past Bria's door to come to talk to me about Bria's dog. You didn't say anything to Bria. So they end up having this whole impromptu meeting about Bria's dog pooping. Bria comes out of the room. Somebody tells her, I don't remember who it was now. Somebody tells her that the dog pooped. She literally was like, oh my goodness, are you serious? She goes downstairs, she cleans the poop. She said, like, she wipes down the area. By the time she comes upstairs, they're still talking about the poop, and the poop is gone. Like, at this point, don't get me wrong, Bria has her stuff with her. But now I just feel like you are just looking for a reason to be mad. You're just looking for a reason to be mad. Because when Milo pooped earlier, like that first day, it was like, oh my gosh, the dog pooped, clean it up and keep it moving. Moving on. So the ladies are having a spa day. They're doing their own thing. You know, they're doing the mask and they've got the wine and, you know, because they're going out that night, right? They're going out to have a good time. The guys are overdoing their thing, worrying about what the girls are going to be doing, okay? So, then, and nothing really happened with the spa day. Like I said, like I feel like, you know, Jordan was saying that she wasn't really feeling Amir, but I think Amir is somebody for her to hang out with and have a good time with while she's there, but she doesn't have the romantic feelings for him. Shanice told her story. You know, I kind of already told y'all that story. Now, when we see everybody getting dressed to get ready to go, here's where I'm like, Jasmine, girl, you in trouble. You in danger, Jasmine. You in danger. We've already seen a couple of red flags, but I think tonight, the girls' night out / guys' night out is a big red flag. So first of all, we see them getting dressed, and Silas is like, oh, wear that dress that I bought you. I think it looks really nice on you. And then he was like, well, technically, I bought all the dresses. Because she's a stay-at-home mom, and stay-at-home, she's a housewife, and they're living off of his income. And I feel like whenever he feels like it, he throws that at her. That's a warning sign. That is a big red flag that this man, he chooses to throw that. Like, that was unnecessary. Well, technically, I bought all of these dresses. Just like when they were at the store, I don't think I said it in my review, but when they were at the store, and Bria was just like, not Bria, she wanted something, and Silas was like, go ahead and get it. And she was like, really, I can? Girl, what you mean, really, you can? Like, I've never been a kept woman, and I don't know what that looks like. But my mama always told me, God bless the child that's got his own. So, girl, you don't have your own? Child, you better do something. Start an Etsy store. Get you a YouTube channel. You better do something. Anyway, so the girls go out, and their goal is to just get Jasmine drunk. And they do. They all get drunk off their ass drunk. Matter of fact, Jordan is probably the least drunk out of all of them. And she was like, see, now I'm probably going to get blamed for whatever happens because Silas already be side-eyeing me when worried about Jasmine getting drunk. He already be side-eyeing me. But she was the least drunk out of all of them. Now and they were drunk, okay? Now the guys are, on the other hand, they're talking, they're having a good time or whatever. And they're basically trying to tell Silas that he's controlling. And he's trying to explain that he's not. He's telling the guys how he feels like she's basically neglecting her wifely duties while they're there. Like, you know, she's not getting up and cooking breakfast for me like she used to. And she's not attending to me the way she's used to. Like, I'm operating like we normally are. And she's just on vacation mode. Bruh, you can't get up and make your own damn breakfast? Like, for real? Then some ladies buy them drinks. And the guys were like, oh no, you can't have that. You can't drink the drink. You can't take that drink. Because at the end of the day, remember you told Jasmine that's leads to something, that when a guy buys you a drink, that means something. So he doesn't like when a man buys his wife a drink, so you can't take a drink. Then they realize he don't even have on his wedding ring. Oh, really? You don't even... If Jasmine had neglected to wear her wedding ring, baby, it would have been a whole nother situation. So then Silas and Jason sort of get into a conversation. And Silas is basically telling Jason that he need to be out here sowing his wild oats. And he need to be getting into this. And he's taking life too seriously. And a part of me feels like he doing all that because he want to make sure Jason don't want Jasmine. And Jason ain't trying to push up on Jasmine. But Jason was like, okay, I literally have a 3-month at home. A 3-month-old at home. And she is a product of me out here just hooking up and not taking it seriously. And so now I have other priorities in my life. Like now, if I'm trying to date, like I have to look at the long term. It's not we just gonna do this kind of thing. Like it's serious. It's a serious matter, you know. So then they go back home. Everybody's drunk. The ladies are drunk off their ass. They get back home and the guys aren't there yet. So the ladies they've decided they're going to get in the pool, get in the hot tub, even though it's freezing. Everybody says it's freezing. And Bria and Shanice are butt ass naked. Jumping in the pool, jumping in the jacuzzi, yada, yada, yada. Well, when the guys show up, they do put their clothes back on. I noticed that they put their clothes back on. And a couple of the guys got in the hot tub with them or whatever. And Simon was in the hot tub. So Shanice decides that she's going to take her clothes off and get topless with Simon in there. And so, of course, Bria has a fit. And Bria gets upset. Now, listen, Bria, girl, I was with you. I was with you until I heard Shanice's side of the story. Let me tell you why. I was like, that is disrespectful. Bria got butt ass naked in front of... I mean, it's one thing to do it in front of the other guys, but it's something totally different to do it in front of Simon, who you literally know his girlfriend is right here. And it's your best friend girlfriend. And I understood where Bria was coming from too, that nobody was like, yo, that's, Shanice, that's a bit much. I mean, nobody's anybody's mom. Like, I get that. I respect that. But I just think that was a bit much. So Bria, of course, gets upset. She's pissed off. She's pissed off at Simon. She's pissed off at Shanice. It turns into a whole thing. Well, here's the reason why I sort of changed my mind a little bit, because I was with you, Bria. But here's why I backed down a little bit off of it. You know why? Because Shanice said that y'all have done that a million times before. She said that she has been naked in front of guys you've dated before. You have been, like, it's not a big deal. Like, you guys have done that before. So my thing is, although you have every right to feel differently now, for you to act like this is like, oh my God, I can't believe Shanice would do this, when this is something that you guys have literally done before, now I feel like you putting it on and you putting 20 on 10. Now, Shanice, do I think it was cool? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That wasn't cool, because you have Silas, who's a married man, and you have Simon, who is in a committed relationship, and his girlfriend is there. Disrespectful. Jason, Alex, Amir are all single. Nick, he said he got a girlfriend, but we don't really know. But these are single guys. That's a different conversation. It is disrespectful, right? And even Miss Jasmine, I feel like you should have had more to say, because if it had been your man, you would have had an issue. And we're gonna get to that later on, because Shanice ends up doing it at the end of the episode, and now all of a sudden Jasmine is like, oh, that's not cool. I have a problem with that. But you ain't have a problem with it when she did it in front of Simon. You didn't say nothing then. So anyway, later on that night, child, Simon doesn't understand why he apologizing, but he don't really understand why he apologizing, child. The next morning, and then Simon want to have sex, and Bria says no. I said, Lord, y'all ain't gonna never have sex on this trip if y'all don't get on the same page. So the next day, they decide they're gonna have rose brunch outside, and they all go out to the store, and that's when Shanice explains to them that, this is stuff that her and Bria do. It's not a big deal. He don't understand why Bria is so mad about the situation. And Bria is like, listen, and Shanice is like, what I'm not going to do is sit here and entertain Bria and her brattiness. Like, I'm not doing this. Now, Jordan, Summer, Alex, and Amir, they go play tennis. It was almost like a little double date situation. Real cute, yada, yada, yada. They're getting ready to take the table outside. And Silas is literally giving them a whole tutorial on how to carry a table. And Jason is like, bruh, I know how to carry a table. Like, I don't need you to explain to me how to carry a table. Like, I can carry a table. And they're carrying this table, and Silas is really like, woo, rah, 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 woo, rah, rah, rah. And Jason is getting irritated because he is like, I really don't need you to teach me how to carry a table. Like, I really know how to do that. Now, Silas explains why he talks the way he talks and why he's so repetitive. And I understand. As a teacher, I understood exactly what he was saying. He was like, listen, I'm a platoon commander in the military, and stuff that you think is common sense is not common sense. And the stuff that you would think you don't have to explain to people, you do. And not only do you have to explain it to people, you have to explain it more than one time. You have to be very basic in your directions. As a teacher, I absolutely understand where he is coming from. And I have done that, and I've had my friends tell me, I don't need you to, I understood what you meant the first time. Like, I understood what you were saying. And I do that, because all day long, that is what I have to do. I have to say something. I have to repeat it. I have to say it in a different way. I have to repeat it in a different way than the way I said. Like, that is what I do all day long. And so I get it that sometimes you don't realize you're doing it. You don't realize, and other people can take it as you're talking down to them. And I do think that's part of Silas's personality, and I think that's part of where it's coming from. Here's where my issue was, though. He goes upstairs and he pouts. And he feels like Jasmine did not have his back, because he felt like, I guess, that they were coming down on him, and he felt like she didn't defend him and she didn't have his back. Bruh, grow up. Like, I need you to calm the fuck down. It is so not that serious. So anyway, they're getting ready to have their brunch. Bria decides that she is not participating because she is still mad at Shanice. Shanice decides that she's going to go ahead. They talk Shanice into joining. Shanice decides that she's just going to do it topless. And that's where the episode ends. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.